The phone is ringing off the hook and you want to take all those amazing kind whale potential clients, but you can't literally take on one more project. I get it, I've been there. Today we're going to talk about how to scale your interior design business the strategic way, the smart way, so that you can have more creative freedom, more financial freedom, and more time to actually spend with those loved ones that you are doing all of this for. I'm Sandra Funk, and this is Design Sips. So the most important thing when you are running a business is that you create repeatable processes. You then have to document them and write them all down somewhere, hopefully in a task management software that allows you to make it repeatable and make a copy of it and do it over and over again for every new client that walks through your door. When you're running a business, repeatable processes get refined over time. They become more and more efficient. They get better and better and better, and you start making more and more money in less time. See how this works? When we talk about scaling your firm, a lot of times we talk about hiring and then clarifying your process and then delegating that process out, but we need to switch it around. First, we clarify our process. We document everything. We make sure everything is clean and clear, exactly what needs to happen. And then we bring in a new team member, and then we train them and delegate. So now you've clarified your process. You've written it all down. Everything is documented. You've made sure that there's no duplication of efforts. You've cleaned up all of the systems and the step-by-step details on exactly how to do what needs to be done in your business. Now it's time to go out there and find this incredible new team member who can take this work off of your plate so you can keep CEOing, and they can take this process with the detailed step-by-steps and drop right into your business and make you more and more efficient, more profitable, right? So one of the most important things to do when we think about hiring is to not look for a mini-me. You don't need another person who's just like you. What you need to do is understand where your strengths lie, what your superpowers are, pay close attention to the tasks and activities in your business that you don't love. A lot of times those are the things that sit on your to-do list longer than they should because you just don't like doing them. Things you procrastinate are the things you should delegate. Say it with me, people, or we'll drink wine instead. Once you figure out where your superpowers are, make sure you hire someone who has the opposite set of superpowers. If you don't like doing the accounting, hire someone who loves doing the accounting, and so that you complement each other. Thinking that you need a whole bunch of mini-me's ends up being a whole bunch of people that also want to do the design, also want to pick the colors, also want to spend time with the clients, and nobody wants to place the orders, follow up on them, and do the accounting. I promise you, these people exist. You need to put clarity around what you need in your team and then make sure you go out there and look for these people. Your firm will really start to thrive when you have this diversity of superpowers and you have all of your bases covered. So in my firm, I know that my superpower is big picture vision, ideas, direct client interaction. What gets procrastinated on my end? Calendar, scheduling, follow-up phone calls, follow-up phone calls, follow-up phone calls. You can see what I'm saying? So my executive assistant absolutely loves to pick up the phone and work through the details, is an absolute master of scheduling, can dig in on all of the expediting and the follow-up and all of those things that I just look at and go, I've got to do that at some point. It's just staring at me. So now I know I have the right person on my team that anything that I'm like, ugh, I can simply clarify what I need and assign it over to my EA, and she is totally comfortable doing those follow-up phone calls, filling in all the forms, getting all those details locked down. It's a beautiful thing when you have it all worked out. As long as you are the doer in your business, you're not making it rain. When you're not doing the CEO task of getting out there and speaking to wonderful, amazing potential clients or editors or vendors and trades, or maybe a new builder that does gorgeous high-end work that you want to start working with in your neighborhood, when you're doing the doing, you're not doing the CEOing. Make sure that those tasks that anyone else could do as good or better than you get off of your plate. I'm not saying delegate out the incredible vision of design that you have. I'm saying give that vision clarity and hand it off to your team for them to go out and source the specific blue velvet and the specific wallpaper and the specific tile that is inside of your creative vision. Same thing, all the administrative tasks, the accounting, the paperwork, the expediting. Clearly, there's someone else who could do that part of the business as well or better than you could do it, which would free you up to spend more time going out and catching your next kind whale. What are kind whales? Amazing potential clients who are great human beings with great big beautiful projects and great big beautiful budgets. I'll drink to that. Cheers, y'all. Depending on the size of your firm and the scale of where you are now and where you're going, scaling your firm could look like a virtual executive assistant. I cannot tell you how really life-changing this can be, number one. Number two, it could look like hiring experts. So I'm a big fan of having an expert do our accounting, outsourced, an expert do our expediting. Thank you, Lord, for having experts that can do expediting. Having experts do our marketing. I'm a big fan of not hiring a person and hoping that they're a jack of all trades in this varied and wide amount of skills that we need inside of a small business. Rather, take those to the expert's individual tasks. Scaling could also look like hiring an incredibly adept, accomplished lead designer. Someone who's going to handle everything from vision on. You might bring in the gorgeous, beautiful, excellent, kind whales and stay in touch and stay present for those big design meetings, but truly, all of the legwork and all of the execution of your vision could be done by someone else. With that, one of my favorite things to do is have an internal presentation, lead designer to creative director or CEO, a couple of weeks before the presentation goes to the client. The lead designer presents to you just like it's a real design presentation. You sit there, you take it all in, and then after the presentation, you point out, poke holes, up level, stretch and push and grow. They still have a couple of weeks to get those quotes updated if something needs to be changed or something needs to go deeper or more custom or whatever you're dreaming. This is an incredible way to start going from 5 projects to 9 projects, as you can see. Start rounding out a team that can help you make your visions a reality. For instance, check out my other video, to live the life that you are trying to live all by yourself. Okay, we'll start over. If you are ready to scale, it's time to check out the next steps. This is how to onboard, train, and run team meetings, manage your team like a boss. Check it out.